Hello, everyone, and welcome to another video in our now open series. I'm Nate Went, Tourism and Sales Coordinator for the St. Charles Business Alliance. Also joined here from the Alliance is Laura Purdy, our Tourism and Sales Manager.
Hi, everyone.
We have a great episode here for you today because we are learning a lot about a new restaurant here in St. Charles, Knead Urban Eatery. We're very excited. They're right here in downtown St. Charles. They have an awesome menu featuring homemade breads and sandwiches and much more. So we invited Anthony here to come talk about Knead. Anthony, it's great to see you. How are you doing this fine day?
Thank you very much. I am doing fantastic. A little cold, but we're hanging in there.
I know you got you all bundled up. You're all enjoying this single-digit weather.
Oh, yeah.
So, well, we appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to come on the show because we know a lot of people are interested in learning about Knead. So, before we get into that, let's learn a little about you first. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long you've been in the area. Things like that.
Absolutely. Well, again, thank you very much for having me. We appreciate the love from the community. So we're excited to do this little video here to kind of say what we're about. Like you said, my name is Anthony Gargano. I'm the chef and owner here at Knead Urban Eatery. I kind of, about myself, I kind of grew up in the industry, not too far in Bartlett. My family owned pizzerias, so we were kind of always around food, especially being an Italian, heritage. I think food is kind of almost just life. So I felt like I was kind of born into this industry and, went to culinary school back in 2010 and, traveled to Europe and, studied in Italy and came back here and kind of the typical chef move, bounced around and finally got to open up my first restaurant almost 4 years ago now in Geneva. And although it's much different than sandwiches, it's a finer dining Italian. Sandwiches have always been kind of my love for what I wanted to do. It's pretty casual. So I live pretty close from here in South Elgin, so it's not too far. So kind of always been around the St. Charles area and kind of love what the community has done and how much it's grown since I've been coming out here for the last, I would say, probably 10 to 12 years.
Right. No, and I'm happy to hear that you're also a sandwich aficionado because I love sandwiches, Smitty's, and now you guys having here, it's like a dream come true. So
there we go.
I watched Nate eat one of your sandwiches last week, and it looked delicious.
Yeah, I got the chicken parmesan. That was really good sandwich. So I recommend anyone, if you visit Knead, give that a try. But let's get into learning a little bit about you guys in your location. So tell us where you guys are located at and where your hours are.
Yeah, so we're located at 131 South First Street. So I like to tell people when I talk to them over the phone, we're literally right across the street from Kilwins, kind of the same building as the Starbucks, right next to Ginger Root. So it's a great spot, especially when the summer, comes around with everybody out and about. Our hours currently, just due to the weather and of course the pandemic, we're just Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 8 p.m. And then eventually when things opened up, we'll experiment with doing like a little late night hour for all the industry people. If they get off of work, they can come here, have some great local beers, some great, greasy sandwiches, and a couple salads too if they want to eat healthy. We might tinker with some possibly brunch kind of breakfast style on the weekends. We're still so new. We just kind of try to test the waters and kind of get through, of course, the winter, but also get through the pandemic.
Right. So, okay.
Well, what people might not know is, and because I follow you on social media, that you offer fresh breads and pastas as well as your regular menu. So tell us a little bit about that, which is so interesting.
Yeah, so of course, my other restaurant is a fresh pasta restaurant. So I figured when I wanted to open up this place, I kind of wanted to tie the two together. And this space just kind of had a perfect little corner to do like a little market. Nothing crazy, but we have some shelving. We have a little reach-in cooler. So we named it the OB Market in honor of Osteria di Galaro in Geneva. So a lot of our fresh pastas are in there that we bagged up, that we sell by the pound, and then also our breads that we bake daily. We switch things up. We have round loaves, we have ciabattas, we have focaccias. I'm looking at the market right now. We also have some Italian products, some jams, some truffle oil. We also partnered up with Jeff Morrow, the Food Network star, to do, we're selling his hot jardiniere line. So he just does this line called Morrow's Provisions, where he does hot jardiniere, he does Italian sausage, Italian beefs. So right now we have all three of his giardiniers, medium, mild, and hot. Those are available. And these things will be rotating out, over the next, handful of months. And of course, the next couple of years, we'll be offering our homemade ricotta cheese, flavored butters, our homemade bacon. We'll get to that point where we can kind of just load up our grab and go cooler. Also, maybe some cold cut sandwiches too, for those who don't have time because they're in a pinch, where they can just come in, grab a, Italian cold cut essentially, and then kind of get out the door, maybe eat in the car or eat on the road. So we kind of wanted to offer that when we open up, Knead.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it sounds like you guys got almost like a craft market over there with all the stuff that you'll have. So that's awesome.
The homemade bread. I mean, for me, my
Right.
love for sandwiches, you see these sandwiches on the Food Network or on TV, and they're like 12 inches tall, and everybody's like, oh, that's just so cool. It's like sandwiches don't have to be that massive to be very good, flavorful, and filling, and for me, it all starts with the bread. You
Right.
can have a great interior, but if your bread is stale, dry, from a massive factory, like, to me, it just doesn't, it kind of kills the whole vibe. So I was very adamant about making sure that I'm literally here almost at 7:30 every morning baking fresh bread for the day. So it's super important to me to give back.
So for somebody like me who likes to eat on the healthy side, what would you recommend that I eat from your menu if I was going to try something?
So we do have 2 salads currently on the menu, which are very, very flavorful, very, very healthy. We do offer a lettuce wrap sandwich
Okay.
available. We are working on a gluten-free bread recipe as well for those who are gluten-free. Again, it's one of those things where I could easily bring in a very good gluten-free product, but it's just not who we are.
Right.
I'm hoping I'm about a week or so out on the gluten-free bread, just kind of experimenting with the best options. But our salads are great. And of course, we could do deconstructed sandwiches. So if you want to exclude the bread, we could build it. We've done that a few times.
Good.
We are very open to every. I mean, if someone comes in and say, "Hey, there's just something I want to do," we're not with a Burger King. It's not have it your way, but we're also very
have it your way.
Yeah, in a sense, right? So,
yeah.
So we want to make sure that everybody's happy. We want to make sure that everybody can enjoy our food. Even if it's excluding a few items. The mayonnaise, the breads and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Now, are you going to be introducing some new items? I know you have kind of a limited menu right now, or?
Yeah, we are fairly on the small side. We experimented over the last month and a half. What's been selling, what hasn't. Keep the flow of the kitchen, making sure that efficiency is good. We just brought on a new sandwich this week that was created by my brother. We also, I'm announcing today on social media, so I'll tag you guys. Starting next week, we're going to do a special between Tuesdays and Friday every week. I guess I can announce it now, right? So we're going to do a Taco Tuesday. We're going to do a Italian beef Wednesday. And then we're going to do a burger Thursday on our homemade brioche buns. And then Friday, we're doing a fried cod sandwich.
Perfect.
And the burgers, the sandwich, the fish sandwich will be served with French fries. The other ones will be, obviously, the tacos don't get anything, but the beef will be with the kettle chips. So that's kind of like our weekly, kind of special, just to draw some more people in. And that's the thing, too, is I think a lot of people, when they think of sandwiches, I think your first thought is cold cut, roast beef, not to be mean, but processed turkey with lettuce, stale bread. Sadly, that's kind of what, the Midwest is when you think of sandwiches. So for us, we're so the complete opposite, right? We've had a Korean sandwich, like Italian beef style Korean sandwich. Right now, one of our number one sellers is our Indian butter chicken sandwich.
Yum.
So it's got that butter makni sauce, fried chicken, cilantro chutney, our homemade pickles, of course. So it's different, right?
Right.
I think a lot of people are just so used to having those cold cut Italian sandwiches, essentially, but we're not that way at all. So we're trying to introduce some funkiness,
Yes.
For sure.
St. Charles, Geneva, the King County area, that sandwiches could be great for dinner too, not just lunch, That's me. I could eat sandwiches breakfast, lunch, and dinner. you know.
Yeah.
I'm just,
Amen to that, brother. Amen.
Yeah. I'm not that steak and potato kind of guy. So sometimes my wife and I were just craving a good sandwich for dinner. And, you know, before we opened up, you know, we were running to Panera. You know, it's quick and easy and, you know, because it's close to me. But there's, you know, Jimmy John's too. But it's like, I want something that's like the chicken parm sandwich, right? Or, you know, the butter chicken. Our porchetta is a huge hit. You know, it's braised pork belly. I braised it for about 14 and a half hours, 15 hours overnight. So there's a lot of thought, there's a lot of care. You know, it's not, you're not going to the local deli, slicing some meats and throwing it on bread.
Good. You got me hungry.
Yeah.
I know. My mouth was almost watering there. I was like, but so can you tell us about when you guys opened up and how things have been going so far for you guys?
Yeah. So we opened up, I believe it was December 15th. It was about mid-December.
Okay.
And it's been going okay. You know, I personally, we're getting what I thought we were going to get. You know, it's kind of a funky time of the year. It's winter, of course, the pandemic. You know, there's just so many things going on. And then, you know, with advertisements, you know, it's hard. That's one of the first budget cuts that are usually in the restaurant industry is advertisement because it's hard to see that return on investment. So we've been getting better, trying to push the word out there. And, you know, I didn't want the marketing too heavy because we are still trying to figure out staffing between both restaurants. So it's like, I'd rather ease into things than kind of get bombarded. And then people are getting a bad experience because we're, you know, overwhelmed, understaffed. Like our biggest thing is customer service, you know, not only great food, but making sure that everybody's satisfied. So, but it's going well. You know, the feedback has been great. I think for those who have dined with us or takeout, they've been very happy and pleasantly surprised that they're not getting that typical sandwich that they're kind of so used to. So yeah, it's been going well. I really can't. I'm excited for what St. Charles is doing moving forward for the summer. I know there's been talks about what's going on with First Street, and I'm hoping that stays. You know, if I could be a voice for that to push, that would be huge.
Oh, it's staying. It's staying this year for sure.
And that's one thing that I feel like the Chicagoland area is kind of lacking. My wife and I love to travel, and we just went to California back in September. And there's these little pockets of communities where streets are no longer car streets; they're pavilion streets, and they're for the pedestrians. And it's just like there's so much culture there, and there's street art, and there's, you know, places to just grab some food, walk around, grab a bench, and eat. And it's like I feel like Illinois, especially, but like that's lacking. There's really nothing like that. So that's going to be huge, not only for me, but you talk about everybody.
Yes.
You talk about Vintage 53. I mean, everybody. It's going to be huge for us.
Yes.
For sure.
Good.
So, yeah. And so, you know, that brings us almost to the end of our questions here. So, you know, just a couple more. So, you know, what are some of the best ways to contact you if anyone wants to learn more about Knead, or if they want to follow you on social media, any ways for them to follow you there or anything like that?
Yeah, our best bet is definitely this day and age is social media. It's Knead Urban Eatery on Facebook and Instagram. But honestly, just pop in and, you know, give us a visit. You know, we're right across the street, like I said, from Kilwins. I feel like I'm always here. So if you want to come in and see this friendly face and chit chat about food and who knows what, I mean, I'm usually here. So our best bet is definitely social media for sure.
All right. Well, Anthony, awesome job. One last question for you. Is there anything that you'd like to say to the St. Charles community before we wrap up here? Yeah,
of course. It's just a big thank you. I love these little towns. They're just so fantastic. My wife and I have been coming down here in St. Charles, gosh, probably since we've been 21, of course, 22. And to see the town evolve from just kind of like I hate to use the word a bar town, but to evolve into a family-friendly restaurants, little boutiques. It's just so neat. And it's continuing to grow, which is great. And St. Charles, you guys have been the people have just been so friendly, so sweet. The business owners, they pop in, they just want to introduce themselves. And it's just, you know, these little pockets are just so cherishable because it's, you know, it's hard right now, especially, you know, opening up a business in a pandemic, on top of that being a restaurant, which no one in their right mind really does that. But I figured there's someone crazy enough out there to do it. It might as well be me, right? So just thank you, all you guys, you know, with the Alliance and then the Village. It's just been so easy to work with and just so, you know, inviting. So, you know, it means a lot from, you know, a restaurant owner, a business owner in general.
Well, that's what we want. Huge. We want to support you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody, the aldermen, the mayor, when I had my meeting for the liquor license, it just felt different than past experiences. So
Good.
I truly appreciate that.
Of course. Well, we appreciate you, Anthony, and all the hard work that you're putting into Knead. And, I know it's going to pay off in the long run. So
Yes.
I'm looking forward to trying more of your sandwiches myself. I hope others that are watching this, get a chance to check out the menu and find something that they can make a personal favorite as well. So
Wonderful.
so that will wrap up our now open video here. Anthony, thank you again for coming on. It's been a true pleasure to have you. You've been terrific. And, like I said, we're excited to see all the things that are coming down the pipeline for you and Knead.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Of course.
All
Well,
right.
we'll have more now open videos coming down the road. Until then, everyone, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you all next time.